Shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. I'm week in and week out prophesied the downfall of this kingdom, sinful kingdom. We would like to say all praises to Yawashawn, call the hallelujah, Yawashawn. I'd like to say all praises to Yawashawn, call the hallelujah, Yawashawn. And we'd like to say all praises, double honors, praises to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who move well in this truth, who sincerely do the work and have the faith for the just to receive this works of Yawashawn. And we're just going to get into this word.
This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. And Yawashawn went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And it says, verse 2, and Yawashawn said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount Olive, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
So the prophecies that were back then, that the Lord spoke of to the disciples, now they're being they're in sequence, basically, right before our eyes, and it's coming to pass, basically. If we go to Habakkuk, he'll basically expound a little bit more on that, about the prophecies. Let's see if I can grab something else too. We're in the time of the prophecies being fulfilled, being played out right before our eyes, and we're not living in the days of old when the Lord came on the scene with these prophecies that are supposed to happen now, of Esau being the end of the world and the kingdom of heaven coming into play. It's actually being executed right before our eyes. Back then it wasn't happening. Now it's actually in sequence, being preludes and for things that are eventually yet to come. Because a lot of prophecies still haven't been revealed yet, but it's on the way.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
The table is talking about the script. It's talking about continue.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So the vision is the everything that's written in the Bible is coming to pass. Because these are living waters, man. They're not stagnant. Because you have the angels holding back the four winds. But how long are the angels gonna hold back those four winds, man? Which is the destruction of America, or better yet, the destruction of the so-called white man's empire.
That's right.
In the earth, his rulership. How long is that going to be held back when he's doing all this evil, man? All this evil atrocities throughout the earth, child pornography, major holocaust, death, destruction, destroying the whole earth, pollution, and this filth of philosophies, man. Another way of opposite of the Bible, man, of living. Like he'll use the ways of the Bible, but then he's doing contrary to that, man, right before your very eyes. You know, Scripture says not to do homosexual acts. You have the so-called white man executing it. He makes it a law that he's upholding a homosexual, a trans Van Dam, all right, transgender bender, all of these sick things, man, abominable works, man. everything that is disdain or better yet, against the scriptures, he's fulfilling his will. He's doing the same thing that Cain did in the garden. You know?
And it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
So it's not jet lagging, man. These things are coming. It's coming like birth pangs, because the scriptures tells you about that. The way how when a woman she brings forth a child, she can't hold back those pangs, man. And that's part of nature. That's like for things not to tarry. That's bad. They have to tarry, man. What do you have?
It's still Matthew 24 here, Prophecies, right?
Yeah, that was it from
Yes.
Okay.
This is back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yawashawn answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yawashawn, and shall deceive many.
That's right. You have many men that are doing that. They denouncing the name, not pushing the name of Yawashawn. They're saying Christ. Oh, we don't say that name. We don't know that's his name. Huh? But I thought you said you're a Hebrew Israelite. So what's the name? Why are you hiding the name? Why you cease from saying the name? Because that name is a curse unto you, man. And that means that you don't have the spirit of Yawashawn, because you're hiding something. And that's the most important thing for salvation, is to know the name. That's to take the shackles on the brain, man. Take those shackles off. It's to know the name of Yahweh, Yawashawn. You don't know those names, then who are you praying to? Christ. God. Christ. God. Well, that's Christ bless God.
Those are all titles.
It's titles, and then it's those are chains, man.
Yeah.
Those are chains.
That holds you down to this image. That's what that does. It keeps you so like dumbed down.
It keeps you from the truth, man.
You gotta keep learning and pushing, getting into the Hebrew.
Yeah. Because it's part of your heritage. How are you gonna say you're a Hebrew Israelite and then you don't know the name, and it's in Yawashawn Kadash. So you're taking away the pure language, man, which is a part of the scriptures. Inspect the deck. Man, a suspect.
And it says, verse 5. No, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, because you have people going out of their wits. Oh, I'm gonna have to. World War III's coming. I'm gonna have to doomsday prep and all this madness. No, you're supposed to seek the Yawashawn 10 times more. That's what you should be doing. You shouldn't be in any other thing but seeking Yawashawn 10 times more. You know? Continue? Alright, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
That's World War, man. When kingdom against kingdom, that's World War, man. That's what happened during World War I, World War II, and we're in World War III. You have superpowers like China, Russia against America, man. And you have Israel in the mix, and you have Iran in the mix too, and North Korea. And then you're going to have these allied nations joined with Syria and Libya. These places are gonna join bands with these new superpowers, which is Russia and China, because they're gonna want to take out who's the head honcho. I mean, the big bully on the block, which is the whore Babylon Great, man, which is America.
Here's the table of nations.
Yes.
So really, all these nations are going to be involved pretty much.
Yeah, because it's world war. So all nations are going to get, you know, they're going to get involved. They have no choice because if you have resources, you're on that list, man. You could be taken out. So you gotta join bands, you know, and protect your country. So that's what it's about. Because America wants to take oil and have set up their banks, IMF, in these certain countries. And like 2 of them that's on the list is North Korea and Iran. Because they don't have an American central bank that's pushing on those petrodollars. They don't want to deal with that. Yeah. Hold on. Something else? Okay.
Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
These are countries that are going to be involved in the Third World War. These are countries that are actually in power. They've taken down our people, and they put our people in, helped to put our people in slavery. They made a lot of money, and they're still making a lot of money off our people.
Gird up yourself with cloth of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Because their sons, their daughters, they're going to have to deal with the war. And, you know, casualty of war, civilians are the first casualty of war. Because whenever a war actually happens, you know, it's the civilians who are, you know, the target. You get blown bits, like you sheeple out here, who are just useless eaters. You're the first to go, man. You're the first to go. These soldiers, these paratroopers or whatever that's going to come over here, that's a part of the UN, is going to actually put you people in captivity. And they're going to waste you. They're going to put you to death. You're going to be wasted. And mainly those countries that were mentioned, Asia, Egypt, and read it again.
Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Yeah, Babylon's on the list. America, man.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with cloth of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
We're going to be in a bad state, man. You're going to be sorry. But it's not going to work, man, because you know you live deliciously, and at the last minute you want to repent of your wrongdoings. Continue. It's not going to help.
A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
That's just the sign of destruction. That's going to, you know, martial law, who's going to be able to turn that back? Who's going to be able to turn back the thermonuclear, the ICBM missiles? Who's going to turn back the plagues that's coming to this place, man? And that's going to come upon the whole world, actually, in totality. Because it's going to be a world war event, man. Every nation's going to have that, whether it be the strong guy, the weak guy. Continue.
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
So who's going to quench it? The fire department? The fire department able to quench that? Is ARP going to be able to quench it? It's sent from the Most High. Continue.
plagues are sent unto you. And what is he that may drive them away?
What is he that they're going to drive him away? So which guy is going to actually try to stir them out of the course that they're already on the way, man?
And who's gonna out the fire? Which fire truck man's gonna out that fire that day?
If you add that water to it, you're just adding more fire. Just more fire. So what are you going to do?
Wait, throw that fire.
Verse 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion?
Yeah, which man can drive away a hungry lion? Like this one video where that there was this these Edomites, a man and this woman, they killed one lion, a male lion, and then another lion came for their ass to run. They bust off 2 shots, but they miss. So when a lion's hungry, you can't tell it, oh no, big kitty, no, don't eat me. You don't know that. He's coming for your ass, man, to devour. You have no fear. Yeah, you have no fear.
Zero.
Hey, even when Samson, he broke the neck of that lion that came after him, that was in his way. He didn't tell it to get out of his way or whatever. Man, he had to rent it.
Say something? Basically, those ICBM just come with the Spirit of the Lord.
Yeah.
So
It says that it's like lion, like unto lion.
that's right. Right. So it's a rhetorical question. It's not a question where it's asking you an answer.
Yeah.
Right. It's like when you're a kid and your mom's like, you broke a glass. So what'd you do? She know you broke a glass, but she doesn't give you time to explain stuff because she's gonna dust you out anyways. You know what I mean? So the Moses asking you, who can turn it back? They can't turn it back. The firefighter that day isn't even a firefighter for himself. You know what I mean?
No, that guy's he's gonna run left the fire truck. He's gonna run left the fire truck that day.
Abandoned ship.
Abandoned ship.
Back in verse 6, 2nd Ezra chapter 16. May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may any quench the fire in a stubble when it has begun to burn. May one turn.
Read that part again. That about the quench of the stubble.
May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer.
So a man that shot the arrow, is there a man who's going to say, oh no, turn that backwards? That's not going to happen. It's already on his destination, man. It's already been set its course. Who's going to turn that back? Just like it says in Joel, it's about the arrows are not going to break their ranks, man. The spirit of the Yawashawn is going to be on them to hit their destination. Via guided by satellite, but the Spirit of the Lord is going to intervene with that and send them where they need to be sent. So they're going to be angel-guided missiles, man. It's just like this truth. This truth is for our people, and only for our people. It's not sent unto the other nations.
That's right.
It's sent unto our people. So everything has a destination. Everything has a set place and destination.
I love this well, brother. He said the truth. It's like a fire, and it's spreading.
Yep.
Every time you go on YouTube, right, or in IG, or on Facebook, you can't not see something about the Israelites.
That's right.
So this is a fire within itself, and it's burning out of control, but it controls the Most High.
That's right.
Right?
And it's not going to be quenched. Even though that the famine of the word is going to come. But that's judgment time. When judges will be executed. Judgment's not happening now. It's actually a hearing, a sentence. And court is adjourned. It's been adjourned. Right? It's being, the word is going out. And it's a whole trial, man. Then the judgment's going to come. Because that's the green light. Right now it's just on stop. We're like the dogs in basically what do you call it? I Am Legend. that's waiting for that sun to go down, man. You know? That green light. You know?
The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go through from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
So which man is going to quench this nuclear holocaust that's going to come, man? You're gonna throw dirt on it? You're gonna try and stop it? Or you're gonna have lasers to stop those iron-plated missiles? That's not gonna work. It's the Most High's handiwork at his instrument. I don't know if you can grab that in Isaiah 58? No. 54. Okay. So the Smith. Shawn.
Alright, I got it. So this is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And the smith, ancient day smith, was somebody who was a scientist back then. But today it's a scientist. But back then the smith was the guy who knew what he was doing in his blacksmith. Yes. So he was the guy who did. He was a craftsman in his class, basically. So that was his profession. That was a smith back then. But the smith today is the one who calls himself the scientist, because the word scientist means it goes back to the word ciencia, which means to know.
It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy,
which is the ICBM missiles. It's a waster. It's a bosom of destruction. It's the what's the next one? It's a threshing instrument, man. It's a threshing instrument. No, you're done with that. Continue with what you had.
Back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 9. A fire shall go from him. A fire shall go from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cause lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
Yeah, so when the Most High does these things, who's not afraid? And that's the way of the Most High speaking. That's a sign of his speaking. I don't know if a brother can grab that in try to fight. When the Most High speaks, he speaks through various ways, whether it be through the elements, great disasters, through natural disasters, history, thundering of the clouds, through the clouds. That's the Most High's work. That's when he speaks. Or he uses prophets. So the Most High has various ways of speaking, man. This is the lighter load of it, man. It's speaking the truth, so that a wise man may be able to hear the word and receive it. But a fool is gonna utter garbage out of his mouth, because this is not for him. That's how a fool shows himself, when he goes against the word of the Most High. He starts talking vain jangling. That's it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come.
The day of doom he's talking about the day of the Lord. Doomsday. And that's the day of the Lord that the elect is actually seeking for, man. Because that's the day of the kingdom, man. That's the erecting of the kingdom, man. On earth, like finally. Because it's about Yawashawn having getting rulership back in earth. Yawashawn getting rulership back in earth. Us as Israelite men getting that rulership back. We don't have no rulership here, man. There's a damn sodomite on the throne. A person who's wilder than the earth is roaming in the Caucasus Mountains. And he's loose, running rampant, doing all sorts of atrocities, and fucking up the whole earth ecosystem. And then calling himself a white person, man, when he's a damn liar. When he's the Greco-Roman Edomite, man. Alright? But he's not really a Greco-Roman. I'm just saying that for edification wise, man. I'm just saying that for edification wise, man. Those who are just coming into the truth so that they can know. Because these are the Edomites that are ruling, man. That are calling themselves white people. They're the biblical Edomites that have destroyed the whole foundation of the earth, man. And pushed it. Yeah.
Because you know they have a doomsday clock, right?
Yeah.
Because when they look at the doomsday clock, they say it's for nuclear destruction.
Yeah, that's it ties in.
Does that tie into it?
Yeah, that ties in. Because that's eminent for the destruction, and they know that. So they can't get around the fact that they know they're going to go into destruction. Because remember, the elite knows what's going to happen. Because let me see if I can read this document. Okay. This is a document that was put up. It says Wall Street is actively preparing for nuclear attack contingency plans. These bankers have withheld knowledge of what is going to happen. This is a document, you can put it in a computer and you'll find it. And it shows you New York City and then a big scroll, man, of a nuclear attack. And they've shown you numerous, like I was watching today, Children of Men. And the only place, Children of Men at the beginning, when it would show the places that was still upheld or, you know, still had a foundation to being so populous was Britain. When it showed New York got bombed. New York got bombed. Just like in the movie Watchmen, New York got bombed. Got blown up.
We so awesome, brother, that every time there's a movie with aliens invading anything in Bond, it's always in New York.
Yeah.
It's never anywhere else up there. And these
that's their stronghold. That's their stronghold for their for the money, right? That's one of but the defense is Washington D.C.
Because East is a carnal man, so he actually made an apple of his eyes,
yeah,
which is the actual place when the Most High is a spiritual being and has us as apples of his eyes. Right? So to come back the Most High is doing, he made a place, right? So to be drawn to it, and it was to refrain from us.
Yeah. Right?
So that's the difference with this man, because this man is everything contrary to the Most High. The Most High makes food with seeds. Like in Genesis, it tells that he made every seed, every seed in it. This man takes them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So everything the Most High does, he does the opposite. You know?
Like you just said, right? Because you said the apple of his eye when we set up that place. That's why they gave it the title the Big Apple. Right? You know, but the Lord's going to turn into applesauce.
Yeah, and New York itself is named after a big time murderer. I don't know if I can find the document. I remember I have it on my phone somewhere. But yeah, this is a damn devil. I'm not imagining you. New York is like one of the biggest states. Too many people inhabiting that place, and it's a good place to do another Holocaust, because they already did one with 9/11. You know, over what 5,000 people fucking died when them towers dropping, or it was 2,000 in between that range, but they couldn't even